Hello everyone, welcome to part 4 of Sonic Generations. We are going through the last of the Dreamcast era zones in Seaside Hill. Though the Dreamcast era, or I guess it should be called the Adventure era, seems to have a bit of a stranger timeline than it lets on. There are some sources that say that the Adventure days ended with Sonic Heroes and Sonic Advance 3, which I do tend to usually agree on. Other sources say that Shadow the Hedgehog was actually the official end of the Adventure days, which I guess makes sense, the story implications with that. Other sources say that Sonic 06 was actually the end of the Adventure days. And I'm kind of like, huh? I'm guessing in a way they're trying to say that Sonic the Hedgehog was supposed to be Sonic Adventure 3. Which I can see that, but also, no, the game was terrible. The story was terrible. Shadow, Blaze, and Silver were the only good things about Sonic 06. The whole thing was basically a train wreck, so just put 06 in its own corner. Let's just pretend that Sonic Heroes was the official end of the whole adventure phase, and that Sonic Unleashed brought in the whole boost formula, which it actually did. And then Shadow the Hedgehog 05, you could also put that in its own corner, even though I have no real qualms about it other than its stupid mission pacing. I'm not one to find it strange that a kid-friendly character just suddenly swears, especially if it's something like damn, which is not all that bad. But I do find it weird that Sonic does swear in that game. It is out of character for him. If it's like Shadow or Knuckles saying damn, I can see that. But Sonic? That is weird. Strange even. Strange, isn't it? Now, Seaside Hill is your glorified water zone of this game. Unlike modern Sonic, who cannot stay still on water without drowning instantly, classic Sonic can at least go underneath the stuff for a good period of time. You still have to watch out for the time though. Sonic, or at least classic Sonic, will drown eventually if he stays underneath water for too long. You can mitigate that problem by buying a water shield at the shop. That's going to help you in your super not drowning skills. You know, I just realized that Sonic is one of the few characters that actually needs to breathe when it comes to water. Space? Fine. Water? No. Let's see, we got Mario, Kirby, Epsilon Eagle, Rystar. They can all breathe in water and in space. Why can't this dude? What's wrong with you, Sonic? What's wrong with you? And even the space thing is inconsistent too. Sometimes Sonic needs the Chaos Emeralds in order to breathe in space. Other times he's just fine without them. I mean, come on, what kind of blue demon are you? Oh, this part is jank. You have to outrun the boulder like it's Indiana Jones or something. And the good thing about this boulder is it doesn't insta-kill you if you touch it, it just does a lot of damage. And we should be in the clear. Oh, there's another one! Man, these boulders do not play around. And it just sped up. That was cheap.
Okay, so we're pretty sure we've figured things out. And it's pretty dire. Ah! That thing keeps jumping back and forth through time, consuming the dimensional energy. And all that's left behind is this lifeless white void. The Sonics are the one constant here. Their speed is restoring space-time.
Then I guess we have to run like there's no tomorrow, or there won't be a tomorrow.
Thank you, my friend. Beware, for I have experienced our foe's power, and it is pure evil.
You know, Espio's one of the few characters that don't comment on classic Sonic at all. He's just focused on whatever this evil thing is. That means Espio does not fat shame, or in Amy's case, think Sonic is adorable. Anyway, speaking of Amy, or Espio, we got a side mission with him in Seaside Hill, which means we have to go up. Oh my god, it's the best character of the game! Best character of the whole franchise, I mean. But we'll be getting to him in due time, and his version of the story further down the line. Anyway, here's Way of the Ninja.
I'll get us across with my blade. Summon me with the button.
How this side mission works is you have these grappling points that you need to swing across in order to complete the challenge. That's where Espio comes in. You summon him whenever you're underneath a grappling point and he'll toss you to the other side. It's a pretty easy side activity. There's another one with Modern Sonic where Espio is more antagonistic, and it has spotlights, and I don't really like that side mission that much. It's mainly because the spotlights in that mission don't work as well as they should.
Roger. Here goes. Roger.
This music piece right here is Balloon Park from Sonic 3 and Knuckles, another multiplayer stage that was in Sonic 3 and Knuckles, and that was it. I mentioned this back in part 3, Sonic 3 multiplayer was not that great. It was not bad by any means, but it was also, the multiplayer was the most bare basic vanilla thing I've ever played in my life. I honestly think Sonic 2's multiplayer was better, and even that multiplayer was not that great. Anyway, that's a key collected. We got 2 more keys to go. And do I want to show off the Rouge side? No, I'll show it off later. The Rouge side mission is, pretty interesting. You have to ask yourself, why do the robots feel the way they do about a bat? It's a bat! Anyway, the next side mission we're about to do is Drill Baby Drill. We're gonna go through a bunch of boxes. And Speed Highway. Why are there boxes at the side of a building in Speed Highway? This side mission kind of, for some reason, reminds me of Mario 2 USA on the NES, where you have to dig up a whole bunch of sand, but instead of sand, it's boxes here. At least Sonic has a really quick and easy method of going through the boxes, but you have to watch out for bombs. As you can see, this side mission can be a bit challenging. It's still fun though. You just have to dodge more shit than usual. My overall opinions on Sonic Generations side missions is that most of them are fun, except for maybe one particular side mission with Modern Sonic and Vector. You know the one I'm talking about. Vector's hilariously bad singing and you have to bounce his notes back at him. Oh boy, I hate that side mission. I swear, I spent like at least an hour trying to beat that side mission one time. It is bad. It's too hard. But besides that one side mission, everything else is pretty good. Sonic Generations as a whole is a really good game. And you can argue the same for Sonic Unleashed and Sonic Colors, but those games have considerably more jank than this one. Like with Unleashed, you have the Werehog, and not everybody likes the Werehog sections, even though I personally don't mind them. And with Colors, you had the Wisps, and not every Wisp is great. And you also had the 2D sections that pop up every now and then. And by now and then, I mean every 30 seconds. So yeah, even though those two games are great in their own right, they still had a lot of issues. Anyway, here's Rouge the Temptress. Oh boy, it's Horny Bots!
That piece of junk robot is no match for my charms. Use the button if you want me. You leave this to me.
That, okay. I guess the lust can actually transcend circuitry. And these are some mighty perverted robots. So the goal of this side mission is to have Rouge seduce the robots by pressing triangle. She'll shoot this almost spread shot of hearts, which will confuse the robots. This game is rated E10, but that's mainly because of Shadow Generations. This game is rated E, everybody.
Sonic.
Horny Bots. Now, if you use the homing attack without using Rouge's attack first, you'll just bounce off the robots without damaging them. Which is pretty annoying, but it's not that bad.
Here goes.
Oh yeah, and these are the Egg Pawns, a variant of Batniks which debuted in Sonic Heroes. They disappeared in Sonic 06 and I believe Sonic Heroes 2, or not Sonic Heroes, Sonic Unleashed, but they came back for Colors Onward. Which I will say, I love the egg pawns, I love the design. They may not be my favorite Batnik, but it's iconic, almost as iconic as Egg Robo, or the Buzz Bomber. I just love the design on these guys. They make for really good, loyal Eggman troops.
Leave this to me. Sonic. Here goes. Sonic. Here goes. Sonic. Here goes. Sonic. Here goes. Leave this to me. Here goes.
The song that's playing in the background is You Are My Hero from Sonic 3D Blast, namely the Sega Saturn version. The original song was sung by Debbie Morris, and not counting any cartoons, is the fourth official Sonic song with vocals. 3D Blast, though not the best game in the series by any means, does have a brilliant soundtrack, and You're My Hero is one of those songs. Even the Genesis version has some pretty kick-ass themes like Diamond Dust and Volcano Valley and Gene Gadget, and pretty much every other song in the game. Anyway, let's find one more side mission before we take on Shadow, the ultimate life form. Anyway, we need more Shadow. Well, let me rephrase that. We need more Shadow if he's written right, because Edgelord Shadow is just not it. And I love the character. Give us SA2 Shadow, Sonic 06 Shadow, and yeah, I do mean Sonic 06 because he was actually one of the few characters in that game that was written decently. And this Shadow from Sonic Generations, or to clarify, Shadow Generations, is actually pretty good too. But we'll get to that side of the pond when we get to it. Now for this side mission, there are no rings in the environment, and the only way you can get rings is through Cream, Cheese, and the other Chow. Now, Cream is a very weird character in the Sonic universe in that she was playable in Sonic Advance 2 and 3, as well as Sonic Heroes, back in the early 2000s, and then after that point, she just kind of disappeared forever. She was put on a bus. Cream's just like that one character from Family Matters that went upstairs and never came back down. Did I do that? Yes, Urkel. And Sonic, you did. You did do that. But yeah, Cream's back for Sonic Generations, and then she disappears again. What is with Cream? I think she was in Sonic Forces for like 10 minutes, but I don't know. Sonic Forces is one of those games that I do not remember 5 minutes after playing it because it was just that boring. But I keep getting sidetracked. Cream is a decent character, I guess. I mean, she's just the little girl stereotype. That's really about it. There's not really a deep character with Cream to begin with, so it's not like her disappearing for 10 years and then coming back is really that troublesome. Unless you played Sonic Advance 2 on the Game Boy and just realize how incredibly broken Cream is. She's basically the Maria of Sonic. Well, Maria Renard, not Robotnik. What? Note to self, both Maria from Sonic and Castlevania are blonde and have probably died. At least with Castlevania Maria's case, she actually got to live a fairly decently long life. Thank God. Anyway, where's that damn fourth emerald? And that damn cool character? You're finally here, Sonic. I don't know where we are, nor do I care. This is where I finish you, Sonic. And here's the rival battle with Shadow the Hedgehog. This is, the easiest fight in the game. Now, there is kind of a retroactive continuity on why this fight is so damn easy, but we'll get to that when we get to Shadow Generations. And it's kind of a smart ride around. It's not like Shadow was just sick or something. Anyway, the goal of this fight is to catch up to the purple orb before Shadow does. And I will admit, Shadow is kind of sneaky on the speed. He will catch up to the orb just like that, so you have to keep the pedal to the metal. But once you or Shadow get the glowing orbs twice, that's when you activate Super Mode. Or rather use a super move, not so much they turn into Super Sonic or Super Shadow. Because these are not the Chaos Emeralds, this is just some sort of chaos energy. Give me some of that tasty purple chaos thing. I don't know what the fuck that is. Can you feel life moving through your mind? Ooh, looks like it came back for more. Favorite Crush 40 song right there. Well, maybe tie it with I Am All of Me because I'm just that much of a edgelord. But Live and Learn goes so damn hard. It's also got that early 2000s grunge to it. In fact, Sonic Adventure 2 soundtrack as a whole is just early 2000s the album. It's kind of like, what was that R-Type game? R-Type Final? Yeah, that's very early 2000s. Anyway, here's the final boss of the Dreamcast era. Is it the Bio Lizard? No. Next time. It's Perfect Chaos. Here's another classic Crush 40 song with Open Your Heart, and I gotta be honest, I don't really care for Open Your Heart just like the other Crush 40 songs. Maybe it's because it's the first true Sonic song that they did, so I don't know, still trying to find their footing, but I don't know, I just never cared for Open Your Heart as a main theme at least. I feel like It Doesn't Matter, which is Sonic's main theme for SA1, that's the name of the song. I feel like that's a better theme song than Open Your Heart, but maybe it's just me. Anyway, here's Chaos, the water god that wiped out the Echidna tribe all the way back in SA... Well, it was a flashback in SA1. It happened like thousands of years ago. This is pretty much a platforming challenge. Don't go into the water unless you're running at full speed, otherwise you die. Damn it, Sonic, why don't you swim? Other hedgehogs can swim, why can't you? What do you got, dense bones? Are you Stitch? From Lilo and Stitch? Maybe that's why. They're even blue too. Oh god damn it, I missed the shot! Oh no! Oh god damn it. Oh, I'm playing the PS5 version, so no lives. But I can always turn that back on. Oh boy, this is where the fun begins! An actual platforming challenge. You want to be careful here. The depth perception is kind of misleading. Or at least in my case it is, because the camera angles here does not tell me shit about where the platforms are. Oh god, it's kind of the same issue with Sonic Unleashed with all those Werehog stages. Going for the rings, and I biffed it. Wow! Man, Sonic, you scream like a bitch. Now let's try that again. I still can't believe Roger Craig Smith is Sonic. He's been Sonic for 15 years. Holy crap. I will say that Ryan Drummond is still my favorite Sonic voice, but Roger Craig Smith does a good job. Jason Griffith, he was alright as Sonic, I guess. He was a better Shadow voice than a Sonic voice. And he is a damn good Shadow voice, I will tell you that. Where's that damn fourth Chaos Emerald? That is such a weird line, not because of the delivery, even though that was funny. The subtitles emphasize fourth as opposed to damn, but his voice emphasizes damn. This is like taking candy from a baby, which is fine by me. Okay, maybe Jason did not sound that ominous, but it was still a funny delivery. Fine, I'll go with a B.
You've brought back so much of the world. You're doing great, Sonic. You mean, you're doing great, Sonics. Right. I may never get used to that. Ah!
Watch out!
Whoa! Did that emerald just scare off the monster? The Chaos Emerald's powers are miraculous, and we sure could use a miracle. We need that emerald! Sonic, your speed has been able to restore our friends. I bet it can restore the Chaos Emerald to full power, too! And I bet you double we're going to need all 7 emeralds.
You're on.
You guys have your work cut out for you.
An adventure's no fun if it's too easy.
Alright, now that we have the Dreamcast era behind us, we tackle the modern-ish era of Sonic. Stay tuned for the next part where we remember the worst game in the series.